highlights. Lagos State Government Police Fraud Unit collaborate to prevent cooperative funds mismanagement. Federal government deploys experts to mitigate effects of floods in Borno State. On a foreign team, United States use ship firms for $100 million over Baltimore Bridge crash. And in sports, Nigeria Cricket Federation lists 14 players ahead ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup qualifiers in Rwanda. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Government and the Police Special Fraud Unit, PSFU, have resolved to team together to secure the funds of cooperative societies and prevent mismanagement by the executives. Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment for Lashade Ambrose Medibem expressed this when she led the ministry's team to the PSFU office in Ikoyi, Lagos. Speaking during a courtesy visit, the commissioner stated that the practice of mismanaging the savings of members by people entrusted to manage such resources is an abuse of office and grossly unfair to members who gave them such privilege. Commissioner for Police in charge of PSFU, Ayotunde Omodende, commended Ambrose Medibem for the move and remarked that the relationship will empower the PSFU to act appropriately to curb the menace. The Lagos State government has reaffirmed the critical role of accurate diagnosis in ensuring patient safety, while also underscoring the need for precision in diagnosis as a key factor in reducing medical errors and improving patient outcomes. This was emphasized during the commemoration of 2024 World Patient Safety Day, organized by the Health Facilities Monitoring and Accreditation Agency, HIFAMA, with the theme Improving Diagnosis for Patient Safety. Speaking at the event, Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, highlighted various ongoing initiatives by the state to strengthen diagnostic accuracy, including advanced training for healthcare professionals and investment in state-of-the-art diagnostic technology. Abayomi said one of the ways the state government is prioritizing the health of residents is by positioning Lagos State as the #1 medical tourism center in Nigeria, West Africa, and the sub-Saharan region, ensuring patients receive the right diagnosis and treatment that meets international standards. He urged medical personnel and other caregivers to prioritize the health of their patients and ensure all the necessary steps are taken before commencing treatment. Earlier in her address, the Executive Secretary Hifama Abiola Idowu explained that the essence of World Patient Safety Day is to reflect on collective achievements in improving patient safety and to address barriers that lead to patient harm. Idowu urged healthcare professionals to cultivate a culture of transparency and accountability in recognizing and reporting diagnostic errors. Lagos State government has initiated the second phase of its awareness and sensitization campaign for the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine. President of the Medical Women's Association, Lagos State Chapter, Fumi Ige, who made this known during an interview, said the vaccination campaign will commence on October 19 and will last for 2 weeks. According to Ige, the vaccination campaign, which is targeted at young girls between the ages of 9 and 14, will be available at all general hospitals and primary healthcare centers across the state.
Any woman is free to take it as long as she is screened and found to be negative for cervical cancer. However, for girls aged 9 to 14 who are not sexually exposed yet, they are free to take the vaccine.
Ige noted that the second phase will focus on different vaccines, such as the monkeypox, yellow fever, oral polio, measles, among others. She added that to ensure maximum coverage, the government and health authorities are encouraging parents and guardians to take advantage of this free vaccination drive to protect their daughters from potential HPV-related health issues in the future. HPV is a virus primarily transmitted through sexual contact and is a leading cause of cervical cancer. Persons with disabilities, PWDs, have decried the lack of access to infrastructure, education, and favorable policies, which hinder their standard of living and contribute to unequal opportunities. They voiced these concerns during the unveiling of a mural created by Sight Savers Nigeria at the Area 1 roundabout in Abuja ahead the high-level summit of the future at the 79th United Nations General Assembly. The summit with the theme Leaving No One Behind, acting together for the advancement of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for present and future generations, will be held from September 22 to 23 at the UN headquarters in New York. Secretary General of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Chris Agbo, stressed the need for the implementation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Acts. He also called for budgetary allocations towards the implementation of these policies and fund the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities for the benefit of over 35 million PWDs in Nigeria. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has deployed a team of experts to help mitigate the effects of the flooding that occurred in Borno State. It said the experts will carry out continuous water sampling and tests, identify sources of hazardous chemicals, and take proactive measures to prevent waterborne diseases. Minister of Environment Balarabe Lawal said it is important to focus on the urgent need for a coordinated and comprehensive response to mitigate the resultant environmental challenges posed by the flood. Lawal also said the ministry will deploy 30,000 flyers to sensitize the public on best sanitation and hygiene practices, which include proper waste disposal, frequent hand washing, and personal hygiene to reduce the spread of infections. It will be recalled that last week's devastating flooding in Borno State affected not less than 2 million people and killed over 30 people in the state. In the same vein, the Borno Police Command has rolled out a series of post-flood guidelines aimed at managing the aftermath of the recent flooding in Maiduguri, the state capital. Public Relations Officer Ahmed Wakil explained that the Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Yusufu, underscored the importance of caution and vigilance in dealing with potential risks following the disaster. Wakil noted that as part of the guidelines, residents are urged to stay alert and report suspicious activities or individuals, avoid flooded areas to reduce the risk of waterborne diseases and accidents, and be mindful of potential looting or theft. He said the public is also advised to cooperate with emergency responders and humanitarian workers while verifying information before sharing to prevent the spread of misinformation. Today is International Equal Pay Day. The day represents the long-standing efforts towards the achievement of equal pay for work of equal value. It also builds on the United Nations commitment to human rights and against all forms of discrimination, including discrimination against women and girls. Across all regions, women are paid less than men, with a gender pay gap estimated at around 20% globally. This year's theme, Standing Up for Equal Pay, Celebrating Achievements and Understanding Challenges, aims to give countries an opportunity to make new equal pay pledges. Now to foreign news. The United States government has filed a $100 million lawsuit against the owner and operator of a cargo ship that crashed into and destroyed a Baltimore bridge. Justice Department officials say the company, Synergy and Grace Ocean, were well aware of the issues with the Dali before it lost power and crashed into the Francis Key Scott Bridge in March, leading to the deaths of 6 people. The government said it cost more than $100 million to clear the estimated 3,000 to 4,000 tons of debris caused by the crash and enable the port of Baltimore to reopen. Attorney General Merrick Garland said he wanted to ensure that the cost of the disaster were borne by the companies that caused the crash, not by the American taxpayers. It will interest you to know that a preliminary report into the March 26 crash by the National Transportation Safety Board found that the Dali had lost electrical power 4 times in less than 12 hours before colliding with the Baltimore Bridge. Now, sports. Right-hand batter and African Games bronze medalist Pieti Loki will captain Nigeria's under-19 girls as they travel to Rwanda for the 2025 ICC Under-19 Women's Cricket World Cup qualifiers. The Nigeria Cricket Federation on Tuesday announced the 14-player roster for the rescheduled qualifiers, which will be played from September 22 to 29 in Kigali, Rwanda. The team, whose journey started with a series involving Ghana under-19 team, Nigeria selected, and South Africa will compete alongside Malawi, Tanzania and Zimbabwe at the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup Africa qualifier. And that's all for the news at 6. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government and the Police Special Fraud Unit have resolved to team together to secure the funds of cooperative societies and prevent mismanagement by executives. The federal government has deployed a team of experts to help mitigate the effects of the flooding that occurred in Borno State. We also told you that the United States government has filed a $100 million lawsuit against the owner and operator of a cargo ship that crashed into and destroyed a Baltimore bridge. And in sport, right-hand batter and African Games bronze medalist Pieti Loki will captain Nigeria's under-19 girls as they travel to Rwanda for the 2025 ICC Under-19 Women's Cricket World Cup qualifiers. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Olowoporoku. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.